be prepared, if you haven't gotten them already, for a flood of press releases coming out from every Democrat who supported the president's bad deal with the Iranians about how they're going to bash Iran in the future. Every single one of them is going to want to try to trivialize this vote and try to convince their constituents that they still are really tough on Iran. We'll be happy to take up any bill that legitimately goes after the Iranian regime, just as soon as it has enough co-sponsors to override a presidential veto. We'll not be turning the Senate floor into an opportunity for sort of therapeutic get-well exercises on behalf of all the Democrats who ended up voting for this bill. We're going to want to try to deceive their constituents into thinking that it really wasn't that important. I really am willing to stand up to Iran. We're interested in the United States Senate in making a law, and I think on this issue, the way you make a law, obviously, is to have enough co-sponsors to be able to override a presidential veto. Yeah.
Over in the House now, the moments before getting started on their own version of this debate, they now have a disagreement over whether the clock to September 17th has even started. How much of a danger is there that this process gets backed up and then backed into the necessary debate on the CR and backed up until September 5th?
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask Chairman Corker to comment on this as well, but as I understand the law, Senator Corker, we have to act before September the 17th, which is next week, or the deal goes forward. Isn't that pretty much the way it works?
Yeah, that's correct. I think the best way, as I said yesterday, to look there, let's face it, we don't have all the documents. We spent 4 days back and forth, Ben Cardin and I, over a 4-day period, trying to work through these details of what documents would be supplied, what documents would not be supplied. And there's no question that two of the documents that aren't here. And by the way, I am sure that Ben was checking with Wendy Sherman and others. And I'm sure that they know what the protocol is at the IAEA. But I don't know where that takes us, because as Mitch mentioned, as the leader mentioned, the clock ends on September the 17th. The president's going to go ahead and begin lifting sanctions. And I think most of us who know as much as we know about the deal, even if the two side agreements were available and pure as the driven snow, meaning they were outstanding documents, I don't think that would change our view of whether allowing Iran to industrialize their nuclear program is a bad deal. So my point is that I think the best way to express concerns about the documents, but also concerns about the deal itself, is to vote to disapprove the deal and to go forward in that manner. That is the best way, I believe, at this moment for us to express our disapproval.
And just to follow up, your opinion, your message to them is that yes, the clock has indeed started and is ticking.
That's not my message. No, I'm not saying that at all, and please don't misrepresent that. But I'm sure that the president is going to conclude that that is the case. I'm sure that the UN Security Council is going to conclude that that's the case. And I'm just not sure where you take that. Where do you take that? So, and right now we've got, again, strong bipartisan opposition to this deal. It's my opinion that we're far better off focusing on the substance of this. And again, you can register your concern about the documents not being provided by voting to disapprove the deal.